I break out the three different differentiators here: social media, online community, and then the data that it gives you. That's really the new competitive blockout. Now you look at why some companies are doing much better on the network than others, and it's the fact that they have the very best data in their products. For example, Amazon started with a classic problem, since almost every company has followed suit, is that, well, they have a product catalog, and they allow you to buy something online, and they had their first aha moment way early in the days of the web that, well, now what do? Anyone can put a product catalog online in a shopping cart and process credit cards. How do I make my product better because I have more users? I have a bigger community. And they said, well, why don't we let anybody who wants to, anybody, review the products that we have? And that was their signature initial change. They added a little bit of social media on top of their entire product catalog. And now, when people want to buy something, if they want to get access to the richest set of reviews and find a review that kind of reflects their viewpoint and their concerns about the product, you're most likely to find that there. They started the clock on building their set of data. They used social media to start building it. And now they have the richest set of data on whether the products last. A lot of people go back and update the reviews. A year later, well, I said it was great, but it broke, and they won't fix it. There's a tremendous body of knowledge that's built up around their product catalog and built this collective intelligence, and that data allows them to maintain a competitive stance. So I said there's few business models to create long-term competitive advantage online. One of the few business models is using social media and online community to build collective intelligence, build a set of data that makes you uncatchable in the marketplace. And we see this over and over and over again. Whatever your data is, companies that have established leadership, and they're stay the leaders. You see very few, that example, Facebook and MySpace is one of the very few times you've seen one major player overtake another. Once you establish your class of data in your industry, you're done. You basically, if you can do that for a couple of years before your competitors show up, you're uncatchable. So, this is Jeremiah Obiang. So if you don't follow his stuff, I encourage you to do it. It's three pillars of how we do business. We used to start out, years ago, we just had to have the business part. Then we had to automate. We brought technology in. We brought in a second leg at the table. But the piece that we discovered we were really missing in our businesses was the third leg, which is community. And that gives you balance in your business model for the network today. Without the community piece, you're missing absolutely core parts of your business. You don't have an efficient way to deal with your customers. The challenge is you are greatly outnumbered by your customers. You're never going to provide good customer service to them and keep them satisfied by doing it yourself, right? By hiring people in call centers. The network can do it extremely efficiently. One of my favorite tools is something called Get Satisfaction. It's a great online customer service tool. The tagline is customer service that doesn't suck. And the idea is that, the problem is you're faced with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands or millions of customers. How can you get their input and then act on it? It's too much input. This is where that inefficient about the tools. You cannot relate to the community and the network unless you have the right tools. Get Satisfaction says what we'll do is they'll complain or whatever it is. They'll ask the question and we'll say, no one's ever asked that before. But more likely they're going to say, yeah, that's been asked 1,000 of times before. Here are all the answers that came out of that. And they'll put it in that bucket. Oh, that was that one. And what they'll do is, instead of you facing millions of individual inputs, you'll face a few hundred, or at most a few thousand of well-organized input. They bucket everything for you and say, you know what, more customers have asked about this problem or requested this feature than anyone else. That's probably really important to look at. With the right community tools, things to understand, one, the business world of what the challenges are of being a little company, no matter how big you are, you're little on the network. And all of those customers out there, having the right tools allows you to start taking on processing community relationships on the network, customer relationships on the network. That's what we're talking about. And really, and this is my premise here, customer engagement today is much more than products and a marketing campaign. It's the emotional connection to a company that helps businesses the most. It's people who are passionate about it. This is a famous sort of Tide tried to create the detergent tried to create a social network, a social media experience. And the challenge initially was, well, maybe there's not a lot of people out there that are really passionate about detergent products. But it turned out that there were a lot of people who do very interesting things. It took a while for them to find the community. There's 4 different levels of community. There's there's